The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone. And as always, welcome back to Coffee Time with Blind United. Got the entire Coffee Time crew with me this morning. Well, not the entire, because George is kind of part of this, and he ain't here, so the hell with him. We got Carol and Pedro with me. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning and good morning. If you're listening, Sparkles, where are you?
Yeah, Sparkles.
Yeah.
Inside joke, guys, if you're a new listener.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That part. So, but anyway, this is, again, still the end of the month, so there are no interest groups tonight, but the new schedule will be coming out tonight for October. So look for that in your inbox if you are on our email list. If not, it should be up on the website within the next day or two at the most. But you can always reach out to info@blindunited.org, and I can add you to that email list. That way you won't miss anything Blind United related. So that's what you would prefer. I'm more than welcome to add you to the list. If you prefer to do it your way, it's always available on the website as well as on our Blind United Interest Group page. So you can go there to the interest group, Blind United Interest Groups, and it's always pinned to the top there as well. So anyway, moving on. Today is actually kind of like all about accessibility. So this first article is Target has created some supposed to be totally accessible self-checkout kiosk. So check this out, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Hey, Blind United crew, grab your first cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this first article. Target's new self-checkout system puts accessibility first. Target is rolling out a first-of-its-kind accessible self-checkout system designed specifically for blind and low-vision shoppers. This nationwide initiative, launching during the holiday season and continuing into early 2026, is more than just a tech upgrade. It's a statement about inclusion, independence, and dignity. The new system includes tactile controls, braille icons, high-contrast buttons, and a headphone jack with adjustable volume. A custom tactile controller, developed in partnership with ELO, allows users to navigate the checkout process using physical buttons and a dedicated info key. Audio prompts guide shoppers through scanning and payment, creating a seamless and independent experience. What sets this rollout apart is how deeply it was shaped by the blind community. Steve Decker, Target's Senior Manager of User Experience Accessibility, who is blind himself, helped lead the project. His lived experience, along with feedback from the National Federation of the Blind, played a central role in the design and testing of the system. Decker shared a powerful moment when he used the new checkout with his daughter, who also has low vision. It is not just tech. It is joy, independence, and change, he said. That sentiment captures the heart of this innovation. It's not about adding features. It's about removing barriers. The tactile controller is designed to be intuitive and familiar. It includes a directional pad, a select button, and a back button, all of which are clearly labeled and easy to locate by touch. The info key provides additional guidance at any point in the transaction, ensuring that users never feel lost or unsure of what to do next. Target's move is being hailed as a model for inclusive design. By embedding accessibility into the core of its retail experience, the company is setting a new standard for how businesses can serve all customers equally. As Adrian Costanzo, Target's chief stores officer, put it, shopping with us should be easy, move fast, and feel good, period. This innovation also reflects a broader shift in how companies are approaching accessibility. Rather than treating it as a compliance issue or an afterthought, forward-thinking brands like Target are recognizing that accessibility is a driver of customer loyalty, brand trust, and long-term growth. When people feel seen, heard, and respected, they come back and they bring others with them. For blind and low-vision shoppers, this system represents more than just convenience. It's a chance to shop independently without needing to ask for assistance or rely on someone else to complete a transaction. That kind of autonomy is powerful and long overdue. This rollout is a reminder that accessibility isn't a bonus, it's a basic right. And when companies listen to the communities they serve, everyone benefits. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
All right. Well, for me anyway, there's a lot to unpack in this. Number one, I do not want to sound ungrateful for what they've done with these self checkout kiosks. But at the same time, what about the point of sale kiosks at the regular check stand? I mean, that's my preferred way to do it. I mean, I don't really like self checkouts. I mean, I know that's the trend of the future or whatever you want to call it. It's another way for corporate America to invest a couple $1,000s or whatever it is for these kiosks, but not have to pay an employee, right? Because that kiosk ain't gonna take no days off unless it break down, I guess. But I mean, I just prefer to go to a regular checkout and deal with a human. But again, those point of sale, card readers and stuff like that, most of them are just not accessible, right? So, I mean, again, how about a little bit of work on that part? And, another misstatement in here is the fact that, now we could shop independently. Well, I mean, for some of us, that might be true. For those of us that know how to use the tools in our toolbox, like our metas or different AI, whatever. Of course, we can identify products and stuff on the shelf and stuff like that. So it might not be as hard for some of us, but there's some folks out there that just have no clue on how to use that kind of stuff. What about them? Are you going to help them walk around the store and pick the items that they want? Or are you going to, oh, well, we have nobody available or whatever the case may be, because that's happened as well. I mean, when I was first doing my, training center stuff, Target was one of the main folks that, that they directed us to. Hey, go to Target, go to the managers, tell them you need a personal shopper, and they'll give you somebody to help you out throughout the store, even all the way up to the check stand. Okay, cool. And that was great, so I mean, I hate to see that, they've kind of stepped away from that part of it because it does really help out a lot of people, but, at least they're making a step in the right direction. I want to give them all the credit in the world for that, but that's my opinion and I'm sticking to it. What you
I
got,
don't.
Karen?
I mean, I don't blame you at all. Target was a good welcoming store down here in Dallas as well. It was close to, the Lighthouse for the Blind. So they were aware of a lot of, visually impaired and blind individuals coming in and out of the store. Of course, they didn't have a lot of products that I really liked, but it was just good to have that experience and to know what to expect, if you wanted to utilize a person. I too agree with you. I go to the cashier. It's just easier for me. Even now that I have the metas, to me, sometimes it's just frustrating and to have to carry maybe a headset around, like I do for the ATM machine. If I have to access it, it's just sometimes I might forget that. But I want to see them advance the development of the payment method as well. Yes, I may go to a cashier, but if I don't have some form of application that's a payment type of app, like wallet or what have you, or my cards on my phone, I can't utilize that machine because it's just like my phone. It's a flat screen and it does not talk to me. So I would like to see them advance the technology in that as well. That way I could feel like, you know, I wouldn't have to rely on someone visual to always go with me just based on my payment method if I didn't have my card saved in my phone. So, it's great. It's a nice teaching tool. It may be something that I might try, but a lot of times you got to find the barcode and you got to, it's just time consuming still to me. But it's good to know that they are creating things that people, if they want to have options to utilize it, they can. Unfortunately, people can, they're going to lose their jobs with those devices out there. But it's good to know that there is an option if a person chooses to do that.
I mean, that's it. I mean, again, myself, like I said, personally, I don't like using them. Number one, that's number one. Number two, I'm all about American people and, keeping people employed. And that's just another way to, cut down on their overhead as far as employee.
Right.
That's my big thing about it. I want to keep as many people working as possible.
Mm.
More people
Of
that work,
course.
more people
Of
that earn
course.
a living wage, the less people we have on, assistance programs. You know what I'm saying? So,
Or create a machine that can help us to get a job. If you got it talking to us now that we're blind, how can we check someone out and still, hold that job? Make something
right.
that we can utilize as employment instead
I
of just
mean,
shopping to spend money.
well, that's what they want, your money. But anyway, Monica says good morning. So, good morning, Monica. Happy Taco Tuesday, to you too, baby.
Good
Happy
morning,
Uh,
Taco
Monica.
Tuesday, baby.
all right. What you got, Pedro?
That's pretty cool. I have to go experience it. No lie, no lie. Also, I seen this in another store right here. Southern California, we have another grocery store called Food for Less. And what I noticed one day, because I'm like it, I'd rather go use a human, and because that human needs that job to provide. That's how I feel. I feel like the laws for the automation workers, because that's what that machine is, a worker, are not there yet. So I'd rather go to a human to get that money, not to a hungry corporation. Um, but I was at this store, and the way I seen they tackle this type of problem with those machines is it will tell you place your item, and then it will get your item, tell you the price, and it will tell you what the item is, and then it will tell you place in bag and continue. You just place the item, and it will speak it out loud.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know how the
okay.
payment interaction went because I didn't use it. I'm planning to use it, but um, it is it was accessible. I seen it, and only one machine had that, not the other ones. The other ones were quiet. So I was like, oh, this is new. I've seen it in the wild. Now I gotta go see and check out Targets. But yes, they're offering different ways to kind of connect to the machine. But instead of always saying and having like, here, bring a headphone set. You need
Mm-hmm.
headphones. You need headphones. Well, why do we need an extra thing to access this machine? At least have it speak out loud. I guess, yeah, they got headphones. You could use it. And like, I be carrying my headphones. I have them in my backpack because of using them for ATMs. Now I seen it in restaurants too, like in KFC. I seen those flat panel screens. Now they have a little jack right there so you could order. But this is, if it's not a universal gesture type system, meaning like same type of navigation, same setup in a way, so we can get used to the system and go through the system fast. Because with these type of machines and stuff like that I always be using, because I do use them, there's always something different. It's a learning curve the first time you use it, and then the next one you go to might be slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that with ATMs, these
Yeah.
different McDonald menus, these KFC stuff. When they have this, it's it's like it's not unified, and I think we're missing that within our community. We need something, not what they. Oh, we think this is gonna help you. Yes, yes, they did mention that they got uh talked to the NFP and stuff like that, and one of their workers is blind. Yes, I get that, but we need something in government, and to we need to create some type of guidelines for these machines that oversees all these different companies, because it's a hassle. Look, you get that anxiety, and I know it's not everybody, but I sometimes get that anxiety. Somebody's waiting for me, and then it's kind of pressure to hurry up, because in this world, people are trying to go fast. They're trying to go, go, go. You know, and then you're trying to learn this on the fly when you're trying to make a purchase. Now you got a line behind you.
Right.
You know what I
well,
mean? So always.
well, not
Mhm,
only that for me, on these, especially when you move into the different realm of, like McDonald's, KFC, whatever, right?
mhm,
I, being a finicky eater the way I am, no, 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 no. You ain't putting that responsibility back on me. I mean, I've not tried it, so maybe I'm wrong in this assumption. But as an example, if I go to McDonald's, I get mine with meat and cheese only, my burgers, right? Okay, how do I do that on a machine? When I'm talking to somebody, I can tell them meat and cheese only. Okay, and man, I get my burger the way I want it, right? So again, how do I know that I can do all this with the machine? You know what I'm saying? Different stuff like that. I mean, there's plus I, again, you're cutting out people's livelihood by taking jobs away from people where you should be trying to give more jobs to people. But corporate America says no. We can go out. We can spend $20,000 on these machines, and we save $100,000 on not paying employees. That's the way they look at it. But again,
But it
that
still
human
holds us
interaction is
hostage.
important.
It still holds us hostage because the machines, like you all are describing, they're time consistent, and they're all different, and having to navigate through it, like you were just saying, you only want meat and cheese. I mean, how many windows do you have to scroll through and listen through
mhm,
You
to
know,
find out where that item is, if
you
and
it's
know,
on there at all? So
mhm,
it's great that they are making all of these things accessible, but to me, I would rather have a live individual that can save me the frustration and the anxiety of just trying to hurry up through something just because it's available for me.
well, not
yeah,
only that, plus like what Pedro was saying, the ear jack is not always going to be in the same spot. You know what I'm
No,
saying? The navigation of the screens is not always going to be the same way.
mm-mm,
There's
no.
no uniform, in this. So now it take you 3 4 minutes rubbing your hands all over some stuff that people all day been rubbing their hands on.
yeah.
You know,
Right,
And this
right.
is what I don't understand as well. And I know it might be an issue that's going to take some time to resolve, to get something unified, because these big corporations was like, well, I talked to some blind folks. I talked to the NFB. I talked to this organization. I talked to that organization, right? But I think we need to start letting them dictate on the way they move, and we have to be like, look, the technology needs to be unified across all uh 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 commercial stores. You know what I mean? I don't want
I
to go.
Right.
do, I
I don't need
do.
a Sega right now, and then a Nintendo later, and then a Game Boy. You know what I mean? I don't. You know what I mean?
But it just makes the corporations lose money. It would be
That
brilliant if
part
they
No,
would
but
right
that's
all,
what they're
there,
gonna say.
merge
That's what they're gonna
together.
say. Yeah,
It
they're
would
gonna
be
that
say.
brilliant
part.
if they would all merge together, but financially, that's not feasible for
But
different
see, that's
companies.
that's where somebody like the ADA comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and they are the ones that had to dictate. Okay, this stuff has to be universal. You can't have it your way, and then you have it your way. It's all got to be the same way. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? That
right.
just makes everything a lot more simple. So anyway,
Hmm.
we're going to move on from this topic into another one as soon as we get through with these promos. We'll be right back with you.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. Blind United.
Have you ever wondered what it's really like to be blind? Ever wanted to ask questions but held back, afraid of offending? Blind United invites you to replace that fear with fun, learning and connection at our 4th annual walk. A mile in my shoes challenge. Join us Saturday, October 11th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Wayfinder Family Services, 50 Hunt and Angeles, Vista Boulevard, Los Angeles. Experience everyday attacks blindfolded, like pouring a cup of water. Try assistive technology like screen reader computers and iPhones. Get a hands-on braille lesson and discover how independence is built every day. Smile, laugh, and learn alongside the blind community. No pressure, just pleasure. Help us build bridges, close gaps, and make connections. Walk a mile in my shoes and see the world in a whole new way.
All right. Well, again, this is the last week to get signed up for Walk a Mile. I'm just gonna go here and look, y'all. It ain't looking good. If y'all really, really believe in what we're doing and who we're trying to educate, man, please grab your waiter, grab your friend, grab your family member, whatever, the ones that don't get it or those that maybe they've never taken this challenge before, right? And I say that simply because most of the sighted people that are on our list right now have already done this and they're there to help, not necessarily take the challenge again. So again, we got a few more days and we're trying to get everybody that we can get signed up for this. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it this way. You know, if I ain't got number of blind people signing up, then there's no sense in doing this because I'm preaching to the choir. I mean, I'm preaching to people that already know what we go through. This is all about trying to get our legislators and our friends and family members, people in the in society that just don't get it. That's who we're trying to educate. So again, I need y'all to get as many people as we can, get them signed up before Saturday, so we can make this thing happen and we can educate some folks on this. So anyway, wow. Let's get into this next one. I mean, I know some of this in here you're going to hear that, we've already talked about many, many times. But anyway, this is about Seth 2025. They got some pretty good stuff coming out for us in accessibility. Evidently, so accessibility took center stage at Seth this year. So check this out and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Hey Blind United crew, grab your next cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this second article. CES 2025, Accessibility Tech takes center stage. At CES 2025, accessibility was not a side note, it was the main event. This year's Consumer Electronics Show, long known for showcasing the latest in consumer tech, made it clear that inclusive design is no longer optional. From AI-powered wearables to immersive audio tools, the message was loud and clear. The future of technology must include everyone. One of the most talked about innovations came from Be My Eyes, which announced a partnership with Ray-Ban and Meta to integrate its Be My AI assistant into smart glasses. This integration allows blind and low vision users to receive real-time visual interpretation through wearable technology. Whether identifying objects, reading signs, or navigating unfamiliar spaces, this tool brings a new level of independence to everyday life. Another standout was the Scenic Audio app, developed by Perkins Solutions in collaboration with Honda. Designed for blind and low-vision travelers, the app uses artificial intelligence to describe landscapes, landmarks, and weather conditions during road trips. It transforms passive travel into an immersive, informative experience, allowing blind passengers to engage with their surroundings in real time. Bluetooth technology also took a leap forward with the introduction of Auracast. This new audio broadcasting system allows users to stream high-quality sound directly to their hearing aids or headphones in public spaces like theaters, museums, and airports. It is not meant to replace captions or tactile signage. It is meant to complement them, giving users more control over how they access information. Nuance Audio, a new product from EssilorLuxottica, also drew attention. These smart glasses combine hearing support with sleek, modern design. They amplify conversations while reducing background noise, offering a discreet and stylish solution for people with hearing loss. It is a reminder that assistive technology can be both functional and fashionable. Beyond the products themselves, CES 2025 highlighted a shift in how companies are thinking about accessibility. Rather than treating it as a compliance checkbox, many brands are now viewing accessibility as a driver of innovation. The disability tech market is projected to grow from $25 billion to $37 billion by the year 2029, and companies that invest in inclusive design are seeing returns in customer loyalty and market reach. The presence of accessibility-focused startups alongside tech giants like Apple, Google, and Microsoft shows that this is not just a trend, it is a movement. These companies are not just building tools for people with disabilities, they are building with them, incorporating feedback from real users at every stage of development. CES 2025 made one thing clear: accessibility is not a niche market. It is the future of technology. And when innovation is guided by inclusion, everyone benefits. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, I mean, again, I'm always happy to hear whenever, accessibility takes center stage, right? And I'm also extremely happy to hear that, a lot more tools or products, accessibility products are coming out. I mean, I don't know, I guess that's pretty cool. Like that one thing they were talking about, you be rolling in the car, I mean, for us, I mean, nothing boring than a road trip now, right?
Right.
I mean, because we just sitting in a car, moving thing, and we don't know what we're going past. We don't, so something that allows us to, interact, or not necessarily interact, but basically just advise us of, what's going on wherever we pointed at, I would imagine, right? Out the window or side window, front window, whatever the case may be. At least now we get, an idea of what's going on around us rather than just being in a moving vehicle. So, I mean, all that stuff is great. It really is. I mean, a lot of people have issues with hearing aids and stuff. So now we got basically a set of hearing aid glasses. So you ain't got to worry about them being plugged into your ears. It just puts a speaker right there by your ear and, amplifies the sound and gets rid of that background noise. So a lot of really, really, really good stuff. Man, keep up the good work, y'all. Just keep it coming, because the more you do for us, the easier our lives become and the more independent we can be. So I truly appreciate all of that. So anyway, go ahead, Cal.
I'm the same way. A lot of the things, um, I just appreciate the fact that they're trying to include us more, and different things like this just make us feel like we're part of something, that we're being thought of, and creating all of these things that can aid us and give us options are just wonderful. It's not a great time to be blind, but it's a great time for accessibility things that can help us navigate through this world. I do a lot of road trips with family and friends, and instead of always having to rely on an application to ask my location or where am I, it's nice to know that you can have something that can give you information about where you're at, landmarks and things of that sort. I myself do utilize the Be My Eyes volunteer through my Meta Ray Bans as I'm walking, down my neighborhood to the neighborhood store. But I'm still, utilizing my O&M skills, but it's just good to know if there are some branches or something for the bulk pickup as I'm walking through my neighborhood, if I need to venture in the street, or if there's a parked car that's pulled too far up, and my cane runs into it, to have to maneuver around it. It's good to know all of that before I actually get to it. And so I utilize that quite often if I'm out and about. But just to know that all of these things are available, it's just amazing. I want them to just continue to evolve and give us options, and create as many things as you can for as many of us to have options to choose whatever it is that we want to make things work best for our lives.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead, Pedro.
yeah, that true. I am glad that they actually accessibility was front and center. The different types of technology they were talking about sounds promising. Sounds that it's gonna help different people. And this is and this is where other conferences like I go like to see sun and stuff like that. I always love to go see the different type of new things they have. So I've been planning to going to this conference, and um I was thinking of going this year, but I didn't go. But I'm already seeing for next year and stuff like that. And man, but if they're about accessibility, I want to see how can I navigate that big old space. That big old space is gonna be hard to navigate. But you know what I mean? Seeing all that stuff,
CSUN is hard to navigate.
huh?
CSUN is hard to navigate.
Mm.
Kinda. I kind of find that the hotel. I don't know the whole layout, but I'm starting. I knew like some of the layout of the.
Kitchen, because they've been there so many years in a row. We just kind
Mm-hmm.
of got
Mm-hmm.
a basic layout in our head. But once
Mm-hmm.
you get in that event room, man, it's trying to find a specific table that you're looking
Oh,
for.
Now,
yeah.
are things labeled to where, okay, if you're in a wheelchair, you come, all the wheelchair
No,
things are here.
no,
If you are hearing
no,
impaired, all,
no, no,
Mm-mm.
no,
oh
no.
Lord. So how do you maneuver
Well,
It's
through all
well,
of
no,
these
no,
all
no,
mixed
things?
in
no, no, no,
together.
no. They are labeled. Let me be correct.
No, well, what I mean is each room has got all disabilities in it. They do not have the room separated by disability.
Oh
They don't have
wow.
all the blind stuff over in this corner, all the wheelchair stuff over in that corner,
Okay.
whatever. It's all mixed in there together.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is
Wow.
mixed, and it's understandable. You don't want a certain sector to not really have no one. You know what I mean? If they don't show
Yes,
up.
I do.
Yeah, I do too. I don't want to have to maneuver from this table and find out, okay, what are you? What are you doing? Oh, I've stood in line to get all the way up here to find out that you're only hearing impaired. And you only have hearing impaired stuff. So I don't want to do that. I want to just be in a space where, and I'm not saying that that's, I think it's just for it to be a disability event. Seems like that just makes common sense. Now,
To
if you
me,
have
it
some items
does.
that are universal where all of us can use it, have a room for that. But to me, it just makes more sense to me. You got us all bumping around and running over folks, and they don't, come on, really? So
I
maybe, and
mean,
that's just my opinion only, y'all. I'm not running nothing. I'm just
well, it's
saying it's
mine too. I join with you on that one, of course. I mean, Pedro got a different aspect on this, but again,
Uh,
I
I
and
see that aspect as well, and I'm not on either side. I'm just saying I understand why they do it like that, and I see why they could do it like that. And they do have the tables named out like with the numbers and stuff like that.
that we can't
Um,
see
but they also have a braille map. They have the indoor navigation app, the
that
Good
don't
Map.
have work.
Have you tried it? I don't want to put you on the spot because haven't tried it, but I know they have it. But this last time they didn't have it like labeled the tables like the last previous year.
Well, I mean, the best way to go around through that, number one, if you have it available to you, is bring somebody sighted with you. That's number one. Number two, if they could get good maps to work, that would be great. I mean, be consistent. How about that part?
Hmm.
Okay. And then number three, what? You can always pull up Be My Eyes volunteer, but can you get a volunteer to hang with you for however many hours you're going to be at
Hmm.
that conference? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's a whole nother thing. You might end up changing volunteers, five, six times by the time you get out of the one room,
And
which
run your
normally,
battery down on in the process.
well, plus they normally have 2 to 3 rooms full of stuff.
Hmm.
You
And they
know,
do have last time I was there were people sitting on the floor. I know they were blind. I ended up finding the table. They had a little tower charger there that they had USB, a lot of USB connections. So I started telling people, look, get off the floor and sit right here. There's chairs here, there's chairs here. Um I think they're utilizing a system called beacons. We as blind individuals we haven't utilized it a lot. They put it in certain stores and certain events.
Mm.
um, Another thing that they do is they tell you plan ahead on which tables you want to visit so you can start knowing in which rooms there are. So, it's not perfect because sometimes I go and we go as a group and sometimes I by myself I could kind of venture off a little bit and start seeing what's around and start it takes me time and everybody don't do like the way I do it and try to like hear and I could kind of hear echolocation a little, but there has to be something that they could do to make the experience better for the completely blind folks to navigate this these big rooms because they do have a big ballroom and it's big, you know what I mean, and it's aisles and you're gonna be walking back and forth. But if you go
Mm.
through your homework, you will be walking back and forth. If you know where
but
you're trying to go and plan it out, it might be a little better, but still it's gonna be a hassle if you don't really have someone sighted. But you know, you, we might have to talk to them and say, well, what can we do to navigate? You know what I mean? Because they do offer a map, but I don't read Braille, and some of us don't read Braille.
No, I don't read Braille
well,
either.
a whole lot of us don't read Braille. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, last year they had somebody from Good Maps that was supposed to have been doing some instruction on how to use it, and so on and so forth. According to what they tell you, they do offer, assistance when available.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
again, that don't mean that you can walk in the door, walk up to the desk, get an assistant, to help you walk around the whole place. No, they're gonna help you
Yeah.
get to this location, and then they're gonna go back to the desk. They're
And
not gonna walk around the whole conference with you. It's
no,
just
no,
not gonna happen. So
Right, right.
they'll get you in the room, but then you're kind of on your own, and then it becomes exactly what you described,
but I
Carol.
do
Because
have a
I've done it.
friend, Ed,
Yeah.
that
I've done it many. Hold on, I've done this many, many times. Just as Carol said, got in line, got all the way to the front of the line. Oh, this ain't got nothing to do with vision stuff. So now I
Hmm.
gotta get out of that line, make my way to the next table. I mean, maybe we need to be more vocal as far as when we get in line. Hey, what's
What
this
line is
table?
this?
I
Hmm.
do.
Uh,
I always do. You
well,
must.
Well,
I ain't
some of
gonna
them
waste
are
my
already blind
time.
with you that are in line, and they like, I don't know. We'll find out together.
Sometimes my
Yeah.
better half says, hold up. They're talking. I'm like, I just want a quick,
right,
what table is this? Like, we have to,
right.
as
Right.
blind individuals, to be vocal. But I do have a friend that she's completely blind. And she found Amazon. She found the chargers. I
Oh
don't know
no
how
no
she
no
does.
no 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 no! I know exactly who you talking about,
See,
and
they got lost.
she uses Ira, my brother.
Oh yeah, she does use Ira.
Yeah, okay. She got free Ira. She don't hesitate to use it, and they guide her to exactly where she needs to be until she wants somebody to come help her,
Hmm.
and then then she'll call us. Oh, well, where are you at? Well, I'm over here. Okay, well,
And we
use
should be
Ira to get
using
over
Be
where I'm
My
at.
Eyes.
So,
You
but
know, but
anyway,
I also testing this new app that is live. It's like a live AI
Hmm.
on your phone, so you don't need the Ray Bans. But this is made to describe. It also says that this application can describe TV shows, events, and stuff like that.
It's
well,
on your phone.
It's on your phone, so I'm testing it out. It's just came out to the public as well.
okay.
But
Well,
if
we're at the
somebody
end.
help,
All right. Well, we at the end of this schedule or this segment. Try not to get too deep into the next one because y'all may want to talk about this one a little bit longer as well. But anyway, let's run a couple more promos and we'll jump into this last article.
You can go to customcane.com. That's custom with a K, guys. And what Custom Cane does is they sell cane and cane accessories. It's like Burger King. You can have it your way. You can get a pink cane, a blue cane, a rainbow cane, a Broncos cane, a Chargers cane, a cane with the Braille alphabet, a cane with your name on it. Whatever you want, whatever type of handle you want, whatever type of tip you want. If you want an aircraft aluminum cane, if you want an all-terrain cane, telescoping cane, any type of cane, Custom Cane has it.
Did you know Blind United offers free training in assistive technology? We call them interest groups. We offer training in JAWS, NVDA, iPhone, iPad, as well as Meta Ray-Bans. We also have groups like support group, cooking groups, and crafting groups. There are also groups for entertainment like movie night and RS game night. For more information about all the interest groups that we offer, just email us at info@blindunited.org or visit our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Group. We would love to have you be part of the Blind United crew. Well, all right. Pedro, this is the link. This is what they gave me from the link that you sent me. I realized something. I need the title of the video when I do this because otherwise I don't know, it does something with the link. But anyway, it's a pretty good article. I went on and held on with it. So anyway, let's just check this one out and then we'll see what we think about it on the other side.
Hey Blind United crew, grab your last cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this third article. AI video summarizers are changing how we access information. In a digital world overflowing with content, one innovation is helping blind and visually impaired users cut through the noise: AI-powered video summarizers. These tools are transforming how we engage with YouTube and other video platforms, offering concise, accessible summaries that make long-form content easier to navigate and understand. The video featured today introduces Musely's AI YouTube Summarizer, a free online tool that instantly converts lengthy videos into digestible summaries. With no login required, users simply paste a video link and receive a structured breakdown of key points, chapters, and even full transcripts. For blind users relying on screen readers, this means skipping hours of video and jumping straight to the information that matters. Musely's Summarizer uses advanced AI models to analyze tone, context, and structure. It filters out filler content and highlights the most important ideas, making it ideal for educational videos, tutorials, news reports, and conference talks. The tool supports over 40 languages and offers customizable summary formats, including bullet points, chapter breakdowns, and time-stamped transcripts. For blind and visually impaired users, this technology is more than a convenience. It's a gateway to independence. Instead of relying on sighted assistants to navigate video content, users can now access summaries that are compatible with screen readers and formatted for clarity. Whether researching a topic, preparing for a meeting, or catching up on industry trends, AI summarizers are leveling the playing field. The video also highlights how these tools are being used across professions. Students use them to study smarter, journalists to extract quotes, and marketers to analyze competitor content. But for the blind community, the impact is especially profound. It turns passive viewing into active learning, allowing users to engage with content on their own terms. Musely's tool is part of a growing wave of accessibility-focused AI products. As more platforms adopt summarization features, the potential for inclusive content expands. These tools don't just benefit blind users, they improve access for people with cognitive disabilities, language barriers, and limited time. The video closes with testimonials from users who've saved hours of research and gained new confidence in navigating digital media. One journalism student shared how the summarizer helped him extract key points from interviews in minutes. Another researcher praised its accuracy in summarizing academic lectures. This technology is a reminder that accessibility doesn't always mean reinventing the wheel. It can mean rethinking how we deliver information. By making video content easier to understand, AI summarizers are helping blind users participate more fully in education, work, and everyday life. As AI continues to evolve, tools like Musely Summarizer show how innovation can serve inclusion. It's not just about making things faster, it's about making them fairer. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
So the funny part about this whole thing is that's not the video that I asked it to summarize for me. But because I didn't have the title of the video, it basically gave me an article on what I was asking it to do with the video link I gave it. But instead of giving me information on the video I asked for, I gave it, it gave me this new tool, which I didn't know even exists. So that's a great thing. I mean, I can see where this could be really, really helpful, especially for students and stuff. Like you said, they can go in there and they can, start their tape recorder or whatever, start recording on their phone, whatever the case may be, and listening to these lectures and stuff like that. And then they can take it back and, feed that video into this thing. And now they can get a summary of that lecture. They can pull out the key points, the bullet points, all that various kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's another great tool to help people, stay more, especially as students. I'm looking at, and for me, that even goes all the way through, regular grade school and stuff. If we could, utilize this for our students, blind students that are in grade school, K through 12, that would be great as well, right? And then especially once they get into college, that would certainly help, So I mean, I'm cool with all of this. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily, I like watching the videos. Well, not watching them because I can't see them, but anyway, listening to the videos and hearing the information straight off of the video. And then I just give it, and ask it to summarize it for me because, of course, most of the videos I'm watching are, 15, 20, 30 minutes long. And we don't want these articles to be that long. So to eat up the whole show, right? But anyway, but again, I think it's another great tool that, used in its proper setting, it could really, really help a lot of folks in the community. So I'm cool with it. Good,
I
Cal.
I think, what I would really like about it is, now that I've lost vision, I hadn't been real interested in doing a lot of videos and going through and just kind of figuring out what this is doing. I like to watch little dog videos and things of that sort, or little, if I'm watching something, a cute little clip that somebody put on, I might join TikTok now. You know, everybody's that's the new craze to where they have these little videos, but they're just not descriptive to me. But if it could summarize that, you know, that would be great to kind of get me out there and try to keep me current with all the nonsense that's happening to kind of maybe give me a little laugh to get me away from this real life stuff. But you know, I think that this was brilliant, you know, and the more advanced that they can come up with more things that can be inclusive is just absolutely amazing, wonderful. I can't wait, you know.
Well, you know that other app that you had actually told us about, Carol. That's another one. You can drop those videos in there,
Oh,
and
and
it'll
Pixie Bot.
a Pixie Bot, and it'll
Okay.
actually give you an audio description of what's going on in the video
Okay.
versus a
Okay.
summary, where this is going to give you a summary in text, where Pixie Bot will actually, give you an audio description track to go with the video that you gave it. So,
That's pretty
you
cool.
know, anyway, go ahead, Pedro.
They're trying to make it 2 hours long now. Just
Yeah,
a few
Oh,
minutes.
really?
Yeah, but
that way
yeah,
you
this
can dump a whole
technology.
movie in there.
That's good, right?
Yeah, yeah, but this technology is pretty dope. Able to summarize. They got these uh AI pins that you could clip on yourself and have meetings, and it could summarize, send the audio, or send the described uh script to your phone and all that stuff, and keep notes, bullet points for yourself as well. And that's dope that this app is does that and able to summarize videos and content. You know, Gemini is able to do this as well, but you have to do certain steps, and it's not done through mobile. You have to do it through web browser and stuff
Mm,
like that, and give it access through the back channels that way. But yeah, it's coming. They got these AI summarizers. Oh my god, I'll be like, whoa. But even if you utilize ChatGPT, you could dump an audio file there and tell it to summarize if you have an audio file in a meeting, you know?
I mean, you can
mm,
almost do it with any of the AIs now because
Mm-hmm.
I've done it with
right.
Chat, I've done it with
Mm-hmm.
Gemini, and now I'm doing it with Copilot. So,
And check this
Mm,
out. You could set up a shortcut that when you push share for your audio, it already shoots it out to the right way so you could get your description. You could have a shortcut in your Mac or iPhone.
mm,
so what he was saying in that instance, Carol, is you could take that video, a YouTube video, whatever,
mm,
right,
right.
and then set up that shortcut to where when you hit share, it goes to PixieBot
Automatically.
automatically,
Gotcha.
Hmm.
and then that way you can get an audio description of what's going on.
That's
So.
pretty
So
neat. Yeah.
that's game
I
changing
like
stuff
that.
right there. That's game changing
Hmm.
stuff,
That is.
you know.
I mean,
Also, that.
again, it's also about learning how to use these tools, like Pedro's talking about these shortcuts and stuff. You got to learn how to set up those shortcuts. But again, all of these things make our life so much easier and a lot more,
Accessible.
accessible and all that good stuff. But again,
Hmm.
this is another reason why we do Blind United Interest Groups, okay? uh, because that's what we want to teach people in those groups, right? For
Hmm.
people that are interested in this type of technology and stuff like that, we got people like Pedro, George, not so much me, but we do have quite a few other participants that are much more advanced, and they come in, and Pedro shares his stuff, George shares his stuff, experiences, as well as our other participants. They share their experiences and tips and tricks and whatever, how they got past this or how they utilize that. So
Hmm.
again, Blind United Interest Groups, that's where you need to be if you want to learn how to use a lot of this stuff. So again, if you ain't on the email list, you need to be on there.
And
Uh,
that's true. I have a lot of comments on social media about the Shortcuts app, and if you attend our interest groups, I have done two classes on how to utilize this application. So I know if you're a listener and you like that tech stuff and you've been commenting on my social medias, this is where I could go into depth and actually get questions from the people that attend these interest groups, and they could get the benefits. Online, I only could do so much. I could post a comment on how to kind of use it or what I do with it and stuff like that, but it's a detailed explanation, even an hour doesn't
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, and
and
I was surprised to find out that a lot of the shortcuts are actually shortcuts that other people have already set up, and now you can just go in there and
hmm
click on that one and get that shortcut. You don't have to go through all the steps. It's already there, pre-set
Yeah,
up for you, you know.
that's true.
So now
yeah.
And
if
what
you're
Some of
I've
these
creating
noticed
something
are,
too,
new, if you're creating
what
something
I've
new,
noticed,
you're gonna have to go through those steps. But you know, if you like I
even,
said, if it's something new, but if it's something that
but
other people have already utilized, it's gonna be
um,
there for you.
there's a caveat. Yeah, there's a lot of shortcuts, but some are just basic ones that could get you through some stuff. And this app is really powerful because you could even go and customize those. And knowing the application on the way you customize and set the different parameters and you could do so much. You could just press one button and it could do so much for you. You could do multiple actions. You could go grab some news articles, bring them all back, summarize it, send it to chat, summarize all that, get all this stuff taken in the background, and then come back with the whole bullet points, like do, you know, and you could also set up a shortcut that could take like 12 automations. Like let's say for example, you want to let your people know where you're at and stuff. You're out and about and they want to know where you're at. You could have a shortcut set up when you press it. It will send your location, a quick message, I'm right here, and send it to your people you wanted to send out to. You know, you could do so much. You could even customize that shortcut. Let's say you're in a dangerous situation. You press a button on your phone, it would take a picture, a video, a back facing video, a front facing video, send out your location to everybody you want, and still try to contact the authorities. Like it's powerful application. If you start knowing what these parameters are and able to utilize the application, you could get a lot of things done, you know, but sometimes it's multiple times and multiple hours learning this stuff.
So on that note, tomorrow is actually Pedro's group at 7 p.m.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
And I'm gonna be
and
talking about that Scribe app I was just mentioning to you guys.
right,
That's what it is.
right. I actually, my doctor actually used one, and it might be a different app, but my doctor used one that's called Scribe AI, and it's basically a note taking app. When I was in there with the doctor this past, what was it, Monday, Tuesday? I can't remember. I've been in, had to been Monday on that one. I don't know, but anyway, the last time I was at the doctor, I go so many times now. But anyway, that's what she used when she was talking to me. She had that on, and bottom line, she said it just it's a note taking app for her. And then at the end of the day, she goes into that app and she pulls up each individual summary,
hmm
and does all of her notes that way. I guess that helps her move patients through faster,
Yeah. But this one
so on
is
and so forth.
this one's called Scribe Me. So yeah, I heard of the one you're talking about it. That's pretty dope. But Scribe Me is a live description of what's happening, the actions that are happening in front of you. Like for example, for the movies or a concert, it's a
Okay.
AI that is it's prompted already and set up for it to describe and tell you what's going on.
Yeah, I think that's the same one George was talking to me about. But anyway, so again, get all that tomorrow, as well as the AI for beginners as well. So come on out, check us out tomorrow with that one. But until then, I'll remind you guys again tomorrow. We are at the end of this show. So again, thank you all for joining us. Please like, subscribe, share, follow, comment, all that good stuff. It really does
hmm
help the channel. So on that note, everybody enjoy the rest of your Taco Tuesday. Get you some good hard shell tacos today. Well, I'm hopefully I can get me some anyway. Uh, so, but
right.
on that note, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you again back here tomorrow. Have a great one.